Today, somebody named Henry. I hope he shows up here. Henry says, I need to know how to close. Okay, how to close. So, funny thing is, I replaced the rear shocks on my Audi S4. I have a 2010 Audi S4. So funny thing, I replaced tires about 27,000 miles ago. Those Michelin tires have 30,000 miles warranty on it. And crepe house, yes, love crepe house. I make great crepes actually. Being from France and stuff. But I digress here on the crepes. So last time I made crepes actually were in Hawaii this past Christmas. You make crepes during winter time. It's winter food in France. So anyway, I have replaced those two tires on the S4 with two Michelin Sport all season, the 4S or whatever they call them, and replacing my rear shocks on the S4. This past weekend, I realized that one of my tires was literally pretty much bald on the inside, and I was like, wow, that's okay. The other one is not as bald. It's worn out, but not bald on the inside. I know my alignment is fairly okay, so definitely something to be concerned about. So I decided to come to this discount tire in Grapevine, Texas. So if you're in the TFW area and you probably want to come to discount tire in Grapevine, they are by the mall, the Grapevine Mills Mall, and you'll get probably a good deal and treated well. They are pretty efficient here. So that's a little plug for those people, but they deserve it. And my sell guy was Drake, and he did pretty good. And so Henry yesterday wanted tips on closing. Well, here is how Drake at the discount tire in Grapevine actually closed me, because I'm moving in 6 days. Literally, that S4 is on a truck on its way to California, and moving is expensive. So it's not like I'm rolling in the door. And so originally Drake's like, hey, listen, you can get a $55 credit from Michelin because the tire is prematurely worn before that 30,000 miles mark. And I'm like, oh, $55. I felt like a winner. You could tell on my face. Not really feeling the $55 on a pair of Michelin, because on Audi Quattro, because of the way the differentials work, you can't really have a difference of threads or thread pattern on the same axle. And so I have one tire on the left side that I say at like 432 wear, and on the right side of the tire that's bald on the inside. So if I put a tire brand new wear at about 932, brand new tread wear, and so that's a huge difference, and that will definitely affect the way the vehicle handle, perform, and also for the differential, it's going to try to catch up, because it's going to think that the tire, one of the tire is not rotating properly because of the difference of rotational circumference. So passing the technical detail, Drake could see that I'm not really ready to go on those Michelin. And he's like, well, I saw that you have Falcons on the front. Why don't put in Falcons? I'm like, okay, do you have the Falcons? And so he looks, he doesn't have the exact same Falcons, but he has a decent Falcon all season. And I'm moving to California, and it's going to be the rainy season, so I figured good all-season tires will do the trick for now. And I'm gonna go to race that track or track the car for a long time at this point in time, so why not, right? And they are of course much cheaper than the Michelin. And so he inputs everything in the computer, and I can see what he's doing. And then I'm like, okay, can you do the $55 credit? and he's looking at it. Then he's like, well, how about I give you a free tire and then you just buy the second one? I was like, that's and he had mounting for both, and he's like, how about I do this and you only pay for one tire, one mount. And so the total the tax was perfectly acceptable for me. And I said, let me go eat something, I'm starving, and I'll come back. And guess what? I did come back. So there's a lesson there too, also if you're in sales. And I came back, and here I am now at Discount Tires in Grapevine, waiting for my tires to be replaced before I move to Los Angeles. So what did he do? What did he do? What did Drake do? Drake didn't put any pressure on me, right? Instead, to close me, what he did is he addressed my concern. He could tell that I wanted, and I know that I needed new tires to be installed on that Audi S4 that is draining my money faster than I can make it. But he didn't get pushy. What he did instead is address my concerns. So I was not feeling that he was trying to close me, although I know, because I train salespeople, I know he's trying to close me. But what I felt more is that he was expressing concern about my situation, expressing understanding about my situation, and how he could provide a solution at every single, objection that came along. He didn't try to close me on that number. He offered a different solution to my concern until we found a solution that worked for him and for myself. So this is really, really good when you think about it, okay? And so if you want closing tips, this is really one of the best way you can close, right? Don't try to sell, right? Don't try to close the sale. Instead, I would say close the customer, right, by addressing their concern. When they have concern of it's too expensive, I don't know if I can afford this, that's a little bit out of my price range, I was expecting it was going to be less, I'm moving, I'm a student, all those things that come when you're trying to close the sale. Then in that case, forget about the product, or in a way, you still want to sell that product, but start to address their concern and your understanding about those concerns and offer a solution. One of those solutions, the prospect customer will choose to close themselves on one of those solutions that I offer. Okay, that's the big difference. Okay, so there's that lady again. She probably didn't see that probably she saw it, but whatever. People are so oblivious this day and age. Do yourself a favor, guys and gals. Don't be oblivious to your surroundings. It's often very rude. So anyway, the concern for me was money. Like I said, I'm moving, so I don't have a lot of money to spare. And of course, it's a 2010 Audi S4, so there are other things that are wrong on it that needs to be done. So when you want to close someone on pricing objection, payment objection, then what you need to do is address their concerns. Okay? Don't try to close them on the hard number and focus on the number. Drake never focused on the number, he focused on my concern and providing a solution to my concern. This is really, really the main advice for today. It's funny because one of you yesterday asked me that they needed help with closing. Lo and behold, I realized I need new tires, and here I am at Discount Tire, and I encountered a pretty solid sales consultant that was able to close me. As a sales trainer, we're pretty difficult to close. right? I mean, I'll pass on a great deal if the salesperson was sucky.
Ricardo, with the Toyota Camry.
Right? I'm not gonna buy the deal.
Ricardo.
I wanna buy the experience. That's why I spend my money. It's the experience. How did you treat me? How did you treat me when you were trying to sell me something? And Drake did a great job because his only concern, it appeared so, was, how do I solve your problems with your tires, and you live here with a smile on your face instead of being all peace and vinegar because I had to spend X amount of hundreds of dollars. So he did a great job. I commend him on that. So think about it. Don't try to close a number. Close a human being, and you close a human being by being a good listener and trying to address their concern. So focus on their concern, not on the cost or the price or the monthly payment. Because if they feel that you legitimately care about their concern, about your concern, then the close will be much easier at that point. Okay. So yeah, that was definitely pretty good. That was a really enjoyable moment. I know that when you're in sales and the customer says, "I'll be back," you're always thinking, "Bah, that guy is not gonna come back." If you're a customer, a prospect customer, if you say you're coming back, mean it, right? And then if you say you're coming back and then the spouse says, "No, there's not a chance in the world you're spending another $300 on tires when we already spent $1,100 on tires in the past few months," then at least give a call to that sales consultant that was dealing with you, because they did a good job taking care of your concern and trying to find answers to your concern. So don't let them hanging like they did a bad job. So if you're a consumer yourself and you say, "I'm coming back," and you're not because something happened and it's life and it's okay, but at least be a good human being and call that sales consultant so that they know it's not them, it's just you or your spouse or your grandmother or whoever that told you, "No, we just can't do that right now." Okay? That's just called being a good human. That's all it is, really. That was a great experience. And when the car is still there, I don't know if you can see it, I had to show it. Yep, that Audi over there, that deep sea blue Audi S4 2010, 103,000 miles. That's my little toy. It has a few modifications. It's how did you say that? Tastefully modified, right? It demands a lot of preventive maintenance. But it'll be difficult for me to get rid of that car. I don't think I can, unless the engine explodes, and I don't even know. If that engine was to explode, I may actually put like an RS5 drivetrain in it and do an RS4 with it. That we never got in the US here. It'd be pretty cool to have an RS4 sedan built in. Be pretty cool. So anyway, for the one that are joining, Henry yesterday asked me if I could give advice on closing and how to close deal. And so I encountered by chance and misery, because I need 2 more tires again on this car. But I encountered a great sales consultant here at Grapevine, in Grapevine, the Mills, at the Discount Tire here. His name is Drake, and he did a great job closing me and getting me to spend money I don't really have, because we are moving next week. And so time flies, and it's going to be there before we know it. I think I say next week. No, it's this week. In 5 days, my car is going to be on the truck on its way to California. So he did a great job, and it didn't push the numbers on me. It didn't say, "Oh, you absolutely need to replace this tire right now. It's dangerous," and all the stuff that you would expect from someone trying to sell you a tire. know, he could see my concerns because money, and he was able to answer my questions and address my concerns by giving me each time a little bit better deal to come and address my concerns. By giving me each time a little bit better deal to coming to the point where I felt it was comfortable for me to spend that money that I didn't want to spend, but that I still end up spending. Okay, so this is if you're in sales, this is your number one advice I'm going to give you is be a good human. Don't always focus on hard sell and like, oh, you know, this you should definitely get this tire because it's better than this tire and you really need a tire, your tire is going to blow up, or hey, you should really get this XYZ vehicle because it is so much better than the YZX vehicle, and you know, our warranty is better and the warranty sucks. And if it's not addressing any of the concerns of your customer, it doesn't do anything. You're not gonna make that sale. Okay? So address their concern, address their question, make them feel, you know, comfortable, that make them feel that you care about their concerns and their problems. And even if you don't, and you're just a good sales consultant, and that's what you do, that is fine. That is fine. But at least answer their questions, answer their concerns, address their concerns, make them understand that you understand their concern and that you're working with them. This is really what I felt with Drake. I felt he was on my side. I felt he was working with me to find a way to put 2 new tires on that S4 and using the warranty that I had, and so I ended up paying for one. And it didn't take that very long either. It was like a 10 minutes probably. Done deal. He even went to get that Falcon that's a little bit different than the one that I have on the Audi, but we realized that they were pretty close anyway, so that's gonna work. And California, California has the rainy season's coming. I'd rather have good, solid, all-season tires than some, Pirelli Sport or something like that. So yeah, great job here in Texas, in Grapevine, Texas, at the Discount Tire. So that was a very pleasant experience. I will post something of that nature online after this. So just to remind everybody that please give me a follow, please watch my videos, and of course, you know it, happy selling.